Welcome to LI on the Rise. This is all about people who are chasing their dreams, chasing success, and people who are on the rise. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please make sure you do. And for the people who are subscribed to the channel, thank you for supporting the town on Long Island. We appreciate it. As always, I'm C. Matteo.
And it is your boy Al Shep.
And today we're here with a dope music video maker, videographer, entrepreneur.
Box Visuals, Box, or Mike. Some people call me Waller. But yeah, y'all know who I am.
Yo, how is it going, man?
It's chilling, man.
Yes.
I'm really happy to be here.
Yeah, man.
Oh, stoked to have you.
Definitely.
Yeah. Box Visuals. When did this begin officially?
I'd say, when did it begin? I don't know. You tell me. What, like 2 years ago, right? Yeah.
I would say 2016.
What are we now?
Maybe in November it started.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
I would say.
Yeah.
Little fun fact for everybody watching. In 2015, when Waller was doing the videos for fun, I was asking him for a music video.
Yeah.
Was I not?
That's very true.
Was I the first person to come to you legit for a music video?
Not the first. We are the first, maybe one of the first to ask.
You didn't even, Box Visuals didn't even exist at the
Yeah,
time.
that's true.
That's crazy.
All
Did I
right.
even have a logo, or was
No.
it just? It was just a writing box, right?
Yeah, it was just a writing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So you started late 2016, man, and you've came a long way. I know I'm a little late on it, but the Chung Lee video hit over 1 million views on that.
Yeah.
That's
Yo.
crazy.
Chum Lee. I'm like, which one is that? We call it The Purge.
Yeah, the Purge.
Yeah, but it's Chum Lee remix. Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
man. Yo, how does that feel? Over 1 million views?
Yo, I'll
on
tell you
that?
what. Like WorldStar is a crazy thing because, like, it really humbles you because you realize that there are no shortcuts. At least from my perspective, there's like no shortcuts when it comes to media, and I've said that to you before. Like, you can promote however you want to promote, and at the end of the day, it all really just comes down to consistency and quality. You know what I mean? And just being able to keep producing it. Like, that's what people want to see. You know, that's what, like, anybody who has money wants to see. You know what I mean? So, like, at the end of the day, like, WorldStar is cool. And getting 1 million views is cool. But if you're not going to, like, keep putting your stuff on WorldStar, or if you're not going to keep, like, getting millions of views, then you go right back to, you know, where you left off. And for me, it was, like, right in the, like, thousands of views range. Million is a lot. So like for like 7 days straight, I was getting a lot of DMs, like crazy DMs. Like people were like hate mail just because the video. All right, so the rapper is Cy Blaze. For anybody who hasn't seen it, The Purge is a great video by a rapper named Cy Blaze. It's a dope video. I usually show it to people and they're like, "Hey, can I see some of your work?" Because it's a really dope video. So we put it on WorldStar and it got over 1 million views, which is like unheard of, even for videos that, you know, like people put on sponsored videos. It's like still unheard of for like the WorldStar Instagram
Absolutely.
page. Like there was like a Chris Brown video, like, and like a Tory Lanez video up at the time, and they were like one right before and one right after, and like even weeks after, those videos like maxed out at like 20,000 views, 30,000 views, and this one was at 1 million. So like we got a lot of like people who were like hitting us up with like it, like so. Cy Blaze is an openly gay rapper. He raps for the LGBT community and he kills it. You know, he's just as good as like, you know, any straight rapper out there. Just for the records. But
And he did his own makeup in that,
yeah, he
right?
does his own makeup
It's
in the video. You
incredible.
have to see the video to understand like how much work we actually put into it. But it's like one of the more higher end production videos that I've done. And yeah, so we decided to, you know, pay to put it on WorldStar, right? To see how far it can actually get with that little kickstart. And like you guys said, it actually did 1 million views, or like 1.2 million views, and it's something ridiculous. Happened in 24 hours.
Wow.
Which is another
crazy.
ridiculous thing.
That's
So
really
like
unheard of.
my Instagram like definitely shot up at least like 500 followers. You know, like nothing more than, I'll be real with you. And like my inbox is what went crazy because my inbox just kept going for like a month after. Like I got a shit ton of likes on all my like videos, like everything. Like 15 videos before that was like everything was lit, but after like one scroll, everybody was off of it. You know what I mean? So like everything else got like a crazy amount of likes and like crazy amount of views, and like I got a lot of love and a lot of business from it that I'm still like you know, like fucking with right now. And But long story short, like after that 7 days is up and like a week goes by and something new comes out, it's like you're right back where you left off. And like you think to yourself, so I remember thinking to myself like, all right, so the next video I put out is going to get like a millions of views because I got all these new followers and I'm just going to be that new guy. And I put out my next thing and I'm like telling everybody like, watch this. And like I put it out and it's like right back. It's like 138 views in like 3 days. I'm like, it's coming. Hold on. And like never came. And it's like right back where you left off. And like I said, there's no shortcuts. That's not a bad thing. You know what I mean? Because that makes you strive to grow even if it's by a little tiny bit each time. That's what it's all about, you know?
More than anything, too, it's probably a little bit of reassurance that you're doing the right thing.
Yeah,
You know what I
absolutely.
mean?
Like I'll definitely be the first to tell you, like, so like just based off my career, the past year, I've been getting like these inquiries from like verified artists and like just people who own brands and just like companies who I know can put me in a better position. And sometimes they go through, sometimes they don't. Most of the time they don't. Anybody who's in this business, if they tell you that like all their fucking hits are strikes, they're lying to you. You know what I mean? It's really a numbers game. So like you start developing some pretty thick skin and you realize like the little, you know, what really counts is just putting out quality videos. You know what I mean? Like if I get a little bit of extra promotion today because something happens and I was just at the right place at the right time, take it for what it is, but don't bank on it. You know what I mean? Because you're only as good as your media. And you know what I mean? So I have good media, so it's just a matter of time for the world figures that out.
Wow, that was a great way to start this
Fucking
off.
A, right?
Thank
Yeah,
you for
wasn't
coming
it?
out
Yeah,
here,
that
bro.
was-
That
Hell
was
yeah.
sick.
See, I done been around them niggas that'll toss you a brick. And I done seen my niggas end up in the coffin and shit. And they offered my brother 10 if he was willing to snitch. The hoes he had, ain't visit him since. Got my mom on my ass, pretty hoes on my dick. They say money make the world go around. So when I win, they all come round.
The modern trend in the way music videos are like the way they're being produced and whatnot, does that affect the way you go about doing your like videos at all?
Nah, that's a good question though, because like I have this conversation a lot, and yeah, sure it does. Like short term, it does. You know what I mean? But I can't really tell you that from like a controlled state because I've only been doing this for like 2 years, from what I consider my level of professionalism. But yeah, like when there's always these new trends, but like film. Like I said, I'm inspired by cinema. So like if you look at my videos, you'll notice like a lot goes into the composition, the color, the scene selection, the camera movement. You know what I mean? Not so much effects, transitions. I could probably show you 12 videos in a row that don't have any transitions in them. Or it's just scene next to a scene. You know what I mean? And it's not that you wouldn't notice it or anything like that, but it's just like you don't need them if you focus, if you give 100% on all the other stuff I was talking about. But like, so yeah, my angle is really cinema. Like, so I like to focus on, like I said, camera movement, composition, color correction, and scene selection. So at the end of the day, when there's these new trends come out, they last for a little while, but then once something becomes old, it always goes back to cinema. You know what I'm saying? Like movies are never gonna get old. There's always gonna be a new movie. You know, Hollywood is always gonna be like going more toward that like high end quality look. And I feel like as long as I keep coming in that lane, I'll always have work. You know what I mean? Because it's really easy to get typecasted. You know what I mean? It's really easy to be that guy who does that one thing really good. You know what I mean? Cinema is definitely like one thing, but that's one thing that has proven to last over the years, you know? From the beginning of time, it's like a quality video is a quality video, you know?
But there's always like a lot of free range within that video that makes it fresh and exciting.
For sure.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. I think there's a lot of ways to like tell. There's a lot of different ways to paint a picture though when it comes to video. So like, what I like to tell people, like here's an example. So like a lot of people will say like, hey, I want a lot of movement in my video. I want to jump around a lot. I want to be able to like, fill the frame up. And like I always tell everybody like, what this like scene would lack in movement or range, like we make up somewhere else. So not necessarily does the whole entire project have to be extremely jumpy, but we can have a part over here that's like, chill, and a part over here that's like not chill, and make it well balanced. So like I try to apply that to like everything else too.
Where you saying that, and that has to do a lot with the creative control of things. Now, do you like it when people step in with their creativity in it, or do you like to have a more creative control during your videos? Like how do you like to balance it?
Nah, dude, I love it when when like somebody has an idea. You know what I mean? It makes my job so much not easier, but it allows me to like just focus on the things that I need to focus on. You know what I mean? Like,
would you say most of the time the artist doesn't have an idea?
not that most of the time they don't. Most of the time they trust that, you know, me being a videographer, that I have a better idea. So like they'll usually go, you know, you the guy, you know what I'm saying? You the man. So like you got all the ideas, you know, so whatever you think is cool. But like really where I shine is where us like videographer would shine would be like, give me something to start with and then like let me tune it up and let me like spin it in a way that's visually pleasing. And that's how you get the best product. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, because I could keep giving ideas out of my head, but I'm just like anybody else. Like I go through times where I get writer's block or like my brain just stops working. And one reason why I love videos is because like I used to be a musician. I used to be a rapper. You know what I mean? And
Shout out Everyday Products.
shout out Everyday Product for sure. They're actually at the studio right now cooking up. But anyways, when I used to rap, I used to get frustrated because like I'd have writer's block, just like, you know, anybody raps and you get writer's block and it's like you can't do nothing about it. I mean, there's ways around it, but like it's tough. And with visuals, it's a little bit different because like I start after the song is already made, you know what I mean? So it's like you don't really have to think so much about, you know, like
The song's leading
right,
you
exactly.
and what it should
yeah, exactly.
be.
So it's like it allows me to just kind of like I'm already running, like the project's already has a running start by the time I catch on to it. So it's not like, you know, it's not that whole drag of me like trying to, all right, where are we going with this? All right, now I got like 16 bars. All right, now I got a hook. Is it perfect? Let me go back. All right, now it's mixed and mastered. Now I got a treatment for a video. Like, nah, we could start right off at the video now.
Fuck you if you doubted me. Niggas moving funny, had to bring the savage out of me. I ain't here to make friends, just adding like Monopoly. No love for these niggas, so I treat them like they ops to me. In the stew, cooking up. Nigga, I'm your mom's to be. Told that nigga get on his knees, that's where he supposed to be.
Guys, we have reached a segment that I like to call Face Your Facebook.
What's this?
And this is how this is going to go down. So I have a couple statuses that you made from this year and last year.
Okay.
I'm just going to go through them one by one and, you
That's
know,
such a good idea.
we're going to talk about them.
All right, dope.
All right,
That's
cool.
fucking explaining to do.
I'm trying to think of anything that I could have said.
All right, so I have a status from you. It says, I used to love the weekends. They feel exactly like the weekdays now. Only difference is I got homies tempting me to go out and party. I want to, but hangovers last 2.5 days for me, and my schedule don't got room for that. So my people on the streets right now fucking shut up. Take a shot of tequila for your old boy Bach.
All right, yo, so anybody out in the streets, they know me as the Lizard. And when I used to get fucking wasted, I used to just go out. Like, I used to be a party animal. You know what I mean? We just get fucking wasted drunk. And then, like I said, I started developing a love for media. And then you realize that you can't do it good and can't do it enough for it to make sense without you giving it your all 24/7, or at least my full time, you know, whatever I put into a full-time job and then some. So, like, there's no room for hangovers. Not even just going out is one thing, like just taking the time out of my day to go out, but going out and having a good time leads to a hangover. And a hangover, like, I'm fucking 29 years old. You know, I might look young, but I'm 29 years old. And hangovers for me last 2 days, just like the memes. You know what I mean? So I'm no exception to that. And I really just can't. I don't have the time for it in my schedule. And there was a time when my homies were like blowing me up, and they're my boys, and I love them. You know what I mean? So I couldn't address all of them individually. So I was like, let me just. I think it was around New Year's, right? When was that?
Yeah, December 28th.
Yeah, it was around New Year's. So like a bunch of my friends were trying to find out my plans. I just didn't want to be tempted because I had videos I had to do day
Get work
before, the
going
day
on.
after. Yeah, I just didn't want to be tempted. So instead of dressing all of my guys, I love you guys.
Shout out the homies.
Shout out the homies. Instead of addressing each one of them individually, I just made that status. And that status still stands here today because, like, when you work for yourself, I'm my own boss. No one's going to tell me when I fuck up, or no one's going to tell me when I'm promoted, or no one's going to tell me when I should get, like, chill, or when I can deserve a break. So it's like I got to make those rules myself. And, like, if there's no, you know, like, if I'm not being strict on myself, then there's no discipline to my business. And then if, like, my business is just running like a fucking zoo, then, you know, like, what am I doing with a camera in my hand?
And that is a real pro tip for anybody that's
Pro
been on
tip,
here
yeah.
that has their own business or something, like, because that is crucial because some people are like, fuck it, I'm my own boss. Who gives a shit? Or you could be like, I'm my own boss. I got to hold myself
Oh,
accountable.
absolutely, bro.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's a
yeah.
huge thing.
I work so hard just so I can keep working so hard.
Yeah, that was a good segue into that one.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
Yeah, that pretty much that's a good one. You
Does
know
that
what I mean?
sum up your life?
Yeah, definitely. Because like I don't wanna work for someone else. I'm afraid to. Before videos, I did chimneys. And if anybody out there in the chimney world knows that it's a crazy, shady world out there, and it's a shitty business. It's like you're on rooftops and it's fucking high up and it's cold sometimes. It's best in the heating season. That's when business is best. So you gotta climb these roofs and it's cold
Fucking
and it's
100
fucking
degrees,
windy
yeah.
and like I remember being scared for my life up there. And I just like I feel so blessed now that I don't have to do that. I was making $125 a day. You know what I mean? So it was shit money for a lot of work. And I don't want to go back to that. So I work really hard to be able to continue to work really hard for myself. You know what I mean?
Respect, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. And you guys are in the same boat, you know? Like anybody who's trying to follow a dream, anybody who's doing music, media, any kind of media, it doesn't even have to do media. If you're in the arts or you're just trying to work for yourself, trying to do something for yourself, like, you know?
Yeah. You know, the 40 hours a week is really nice, but how hard are you willing to work on yourself? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, right.
you know, that constant paycheck, yeah, it's nice, but can you sacrifice a little bit to
Yeah. And if
build
you-
what you want?
Yeah.
Not what your boss, you know who you are, wants.
The Matrix,
You
that's
know
what I
what I
call it. I fucking hate the Matrix.
So your status writes, update on the wedding shoot, halfway to the first location, and I ripped my pants. Good thing, Rob, you
my
got me on a
God.
backup. Ain't no thing.
Yeah, that was fucking retarded, man. It was my first wedding, and everyone's like wishing me luck, and I'm like, oh, thank you, it's gonna go great. And I don't dress up ever. Yeah, so I was wearing these tight jeans that I borrowed from my cousin, and long story short, I was just like getting ready. I bent down, and
It was over for
I
you.
heard that rip, and then like we get to the wedding, and I remember looking down, and I was like, oh shit, no good. And then my boy, luckily, like, he had another pair. Shout out Robbie Tsunami for them slacks, boy.
So this is your last one. So you posted the Kill Shot music video from Eminem, and your caption was, bro, M smoked that clown. So much for everything else on the internet today.
Yeah, I just love Eminem, and I just feel like there were so many people who were like really feeling that MGK shit, like when it came out, and I don't know, I just felt like a lack of Eminem support on my personal Facebook wall. I just wasn't seeing it, so I just wanted to add to the contribution to Eminem supporters.
Yeah, wasn't that Kill Shot song crazy?
Yeah, it was. And you know what was crazy too? Dice's fucking song, the one
Yo.
he did towards
Insert.
yeah, that was really dope. I was listening to it the other day when he calls MGK. He's like, "You got the posture of a coke slut."
dude.
Yeah. I thought that was.
a coke slut, dude.
I thought that was funny.
That's
Yo, and honestly, shout out to Dice. That video hit 100K views organically. That is my
Organic.
guy, Dice. Shout
Yeah.
out Dice.
Yeah,
Shout out Dice. He's
Dice
fucking
is the
man.
man. Me and Dice go way back.
Hell yeah, it's fucking fire rapper.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, congratulations, man. You survived Facebook.
Yeah, man, those
That's
are
some
some
good
cool
shit.
statuses, man. Fucking
Yeah.
A, dude.
She fucking with this chick 'cause I got cooking full of following. She wanna fuck with me because she said that I'm a villain. She spent my energy, she said, "Oh, feel good, you feel it."
I seen you did this music video with these dudes in FOE. These are boys. These are cool dudes. You
My
did-
fucking guys.
Yo,
yeah.
sick video, by the way. You did
I
it.
think weren't you guys in it?
Yeah, he was in it. I was behind the
in
scenes.
Yeah.
Shout out to all those guys, by the way.
Shout out FOE, man.
Yeah.
Shock, King B.
Shasties,
all
King
them.
B.
Yo, Tom,
for sure.
Poison, Space Cruiser Tom, all you
Just
guys.
Ty. Yo, shout out you guys, man.
Everybody.
Yeah. I
Now,
think we're gonna do another video pretty soon. King B was just hitting me up. So
fucking I keep that on the lookout for that. Now I noticed in that video you did like mad, like it was kind of like almost out of your zone a little bit. You did all the animations and shit.
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
that.
it was very different
Like-
from the other ones you've
Yep.
done.
Like, how difficult is it to do those? Because like
For me?
yeah.
super easy. For Hayden, he must be fucking mad nice for it. Or must have a technique that I don't know.
Shout out
Because,
H.
like,
Shout out, shout out.
Shout out Hayden. Yeah, dude, like it's tough as fuck, dude. Like rotoscoping is not my cup of tea. It's
Oh, okay, hold up. Rotoscoping. There's gonna be a lot of people like, what the fuck?
rotoscoping is it's the art of animation when you're drawing frame by frame. In this case, you'd be tracing certain elements in a video frame by frame to create the illusion of like a simple animation. You know, over a course of time inside of a timeline.
So for example, like Mo, he had like wings on him. And
Right,
stuff.
right.
You're drawing
Yeah.
that in.
So think
in
about
the,
it,
with
like
the program.
each for a second of footage, when you mix down to 24 frames per second, is 24 frames in each second of footage. So for that effect, that one specifically, the one where Mo had the wings and the halo, that was like a good 3 or 4 second. I think it was like probably 3.5 second clip of animation of him flapping his wings. And so what's I'm terrible at math. What's 24 times 3? It's got to be like,
I have no fucking idea.
it's a lot of time, right?
It's like 72?
It's like 70,
20, 40, 60
Yeah,
plus
72.
4 plus 4 plus 4, 72. Yeah.
72, something like that. Let's give or take. It's like
Give
70.
yourself more credit.
It's like 72 frames. So you have to animate 72 different pictures. You know what I mean? Just for a 4-second animation.
Oh,
You know what I
word.
mean? And they have to be back to back, and they have to kind of complement each other to make that animation look somewhat realistic for whatever it is you're trying to pull off. Long story short, it's very tedious. And they asked me, these guys have been working with me since the beginning of time. And you know, they wanted something different. So I was like, you know, if this got to be the video where I got to fucking spread my wings a little bit to do that animation, I want to check that out. I'm very big on like checking off. I have this like bucket list of shots that I need to do, or scenes or styles that I need to do, you know, or types of videos that I need to do. And like, you know, like some of them include like get a horse in one of my frames, or fucking shoot like a building with a drone, or like just like the cliche things that every videographer wants to film, you know what I'm saying? Like film a wild exotic animal, or like, you know, like film a boxing match or some shit. I don't fucking know. But like one of them would definitely be do an animation, like do like one of those type of videos, those animation type videos. So I was like, if I'm gonna give it my all this one time, I'll do that. And then after doing that, it's cool because even though you don't really like it that much, you get to set a value for it, for yourself at least, for you to do it again. And then you could take that video and put it on your shelf. And no matter what you charged for it originally, the fact that you have it now, you can put a price tag on it. You know what I'm saying? So like now that I have one of those videos, I can put it on my shelf. And I
want
could
something like this.
Yeah, if you want something like this, it costs this much money. Instead of just saying, yeah, I can do animation like that, it's going to cost you a lot more money, and they don't get to see it. You know what I'm saying? Now you can see it, and I can explain to you, like, it's a lot of work, and it costs you like $300, $400 more.
Yeah, word.
For now.
For someone who wants to take the leap of faith and pursue their dreams and just go for it, maybe they're scared of what people think, or, you know, they don't want to take the risk. Like, what can you know, some words of advice for that person to get them going? Like, if they came to you, what would you say to them?
All right, well, it's pretty straightforward. Like, you can ask me or anybody that I work with in my studio. Like, we're a bunch of people who just work for ourselves. And we're a couple of engineers, a couple of videographers, graphic designers, and musicians, promoters, and DJs, and whatever. And the one thing we all have in common was, like, first and foremost, like, you have to quit your job, you know, or your whatever it is. Like, I don't even call it. It's not really called a job at that rate. Whatever it is that's occupying most of your time. So like your 9 to 5, there's a reason why your boss tells you to come in 9 to 5. And that's because those are the hours of business. You know what I'm saying? At the least, those are the hours of business. And he knows for his business to be running at a, you know, full steam ahead, he needs his pieces, his players to be involved at those peak business hours. If you're giving him your hours, those peak business hours, if you're giving him your energy during those hours for his goals, and you're not using them for yourself, how do you expect, you know, that, you know, to eventually, how do you expect to support yourself off of something that you're not even giving, you know, the amount of energy, same amount of energy that your boss is asking you for his goals? You know what I mean? If that makes sense. Does that make sense to you guys? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so like one big thing about it is just like treat it like a fucking job. Like if you're already working and you're like, if you're doing part-time at your job, you can do part-time starting your own brand. You know what I mean? So you can still support yourself. It's really hard to do it full-time unless you're not sleeping. You know what I mean? Like you need to at least, like I put I wake up at 9 o'clock and I go home. I try to go home at 9 o'clock. And from the minute I wake up to the minute I go to sleep, I'm in the zone. I'm in the game. You know what I mean? I smoke. I don't drink. I don't fucking party. I don't go out. I really don't go to bars that much unless I'm hired to work there. I just kind of like wake up, work, and then go to sleep. And wake up, work, go to sleep, go to sleep, wake up, work, go to sleep, wake up, work, go to sleep. Edit, whether that means editing or filming. And I don't have any time for no bullshit. So like, it's really just about devoting your full time and just going to sleep with the same goals that you wake up with and waking up with the same goals that you go to sleep with. So a lot of like people around me, even some of my friends have this issue where we have these goals and we go to sleep and then we wake up in the morning and then we jump to like, all right, so what do I got to do today to make today a good day? And all you got to do is just do what you were doing last night. If it's a goal that you haven't reached yet and you know that has potential to benefit you economically, then go back to that goal. You know what I mean? Just keep doing what you're doing. That's why like my life is very repetitive. It's wake up, shoot, go to sleep, wake up, shoot, go to sleep. Then I wake up, edit, go to sleep, wake up, edit, go to sleep, wake up, shoot, go to sleep, wake up, shoot, go to sleep, wake up, edit. In the future, in like 10 years from now, when I'm really good at what I'm doing and I have a fucking like international or even a global buzz, hopefully sooner than that, and I can kick my feet up for a little bit, I will. But right now, I have fucking energy. You know what I mean? Like, I'm young. I'm 30. I'm 29 years old, but I just feel
That's
fucking young. Yeah.
That's young, bro.
And I have energy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't wake up. My back doesn't hurt me. I don't have to wake up and fucking, like, feel like, oh, I can't get out of bed. Like, I got a shit ton of energy. And I got a bunch of fucking ideas. So it's like, what am I going to do? You know what I mean? So it's like, might as well. If I'm going to go hard for a portion of my life and chill for a portion of my life, I'd rather go hard now, like I said, swallow the big frog first, right? And then be able to chill when I'm naturally fucking fatigued and old. But that's the beautiful thing about starting that brand thing. Don't forget what I was saying before about, your brand is just like a business. Even LI on the Rise is a baby. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, like this whole place needs to be green screen back here. Everything needs to be, you know what I mean? Like, and like you have to support it and keep putting into it and into it and into it. The Holy Black, the company that I look up to, they've been in business for 4 years and they haven't received a paycheck yet. I take 100% of my earnings and I spend it on fucking Uber Eats, food and movies and fucking weed and Juul pods. You know what I mean? and that's what I barely give my business any. That's the one thing, like, that's what we try to overcome. That's what we have to try to work at every day. You know what I'm saying? So that kind of mind state won't really get you anywhere. So you have to figure out, like, what it is that generates the revenue and just fucking get it and just hold on to it. And then eventually in the long run, you'll be able to chill.
Yo, perfectly said, man.
Yeah.
You hit the nail on the head, man.
Yeah.
All right, man. Yo, do your plugs.
Yo, all right, so shout out Hellbent Race Cars at Hellbent Race Cars. That's my boy Kanish. He's killing it out there. Custom whips. Shout out at CBK631. It's my boy Chris. He's making some dope media. He's got some dope studio time. Hit him up. Shout out Throttle Jockey Originals. That's my boy TJ. He's fucking killing it right now. He makes custom cars as well. Shout out Rich Sand Photography. That's my homie. He's doing photos out there in Queens and Manhattan. Product photography, killing it. Shout out. This one's weird, but it's not your guys. But shout out at 4.foe. It's not faux. It's some kind of like festival franchise thing or something. Shout out the Purest Florida. Shout out. I'm gonna do like 2 more and then we're gonna leave the rest. Shout out DHC.
You said you didn't have a lot.
Yeah, we had a couple more. There was more on the side. Shout out DHCN. That's my boy Dougie.
Shout out.
Shout out all the homies at the studio. D-Lo, Ayo D-Lo. He's killing it. Tazley, you guys already know him. Passport, fucking Johnny New York.
Rob Wells.
Rob Wells, of course. Rob Wells.
40, 40, 40.
Yeah.
Bless
Yo,
the family
man.
up 2019. You know what I mean? That's it.
Yo, thank you for coming out. I know you're busy, man. Thanks for spending your time with us.
Yeah. No, seriously, thank you guys for
People get to
inviting me.
know you.
Yo, follow LI on the Rise because these guys are fucking killing it and they're doing something that's, for the artists. The artists appreciate it. The fans appreciate it. and I appreciate it myself. You
Thank
know
you,
what I'm
brother.
saying? So
We appreciate it.
thank you, seriously.
And thank you for that, really.
Yeah,
for
absolutely.
sure.
And
So-
before we wrap things up, if someone's interested in jumping in your studio or
Yeah.
interested in getting a sick video from you, where can
Right.
they find you? Where can they follow you?
Box Visuals, just write it in YouTube or Google, or go on my Instagram, Box Visuals, and you could find my stuff. I have all constant current media. Nothing's like reposted, and everything's original, so it's all my own like visuals. And you can just follow me at Box Visuals and just hit me up. I'm really like responsive on social media, so just holler at me and I'll be sure to get back to you.
And a quick plug for you. It's not just music videos, people. Weddings, interviews,
Yeah.
advertisements.
Yeah,
this guy's been to
business,
pizza
yeah,
places.
absolutely.
Thank you, thank
Ralph's
you.
Italian Ice, man. You got anything,
Jesus
any
Christ.
events going
I'm
on?
about to fucking hire this guy to come fucking work for me.
That's it. Hell yeah, dude.
Just come around with a megaphone and just like go walk into large crowds, and you could just do that.
We've got your advertisements. We got your music videos.
We got fucking music videos.
Thank you for coming out and chilling with us.
Thanks a
man.
lot.
Dope. I hope I didn't sound like too much of a fool, but can I say it? That's a wrap.
Thank you for watching this episode of LI on the Rise.
Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, and if you enjoyed this video, smash the like button.
And comment who you would like to see next.